everyone.
My name's Nyesha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
Honorees. Dr. Pino is here. Dr. Pino, can we get you to come up here, please? But we wanted the pastor can't join us for the whole evening tonight, so we're gonna let him say a little prayer, because you always want the pastor to bless the event before you get started. And then we'll continue with the music until we have Mr. Reggie, Hatchett, and Miss Terry Starks join us. So is that okay with everybody? All right. Oh, I forgot to tell you all who I was. That's what Andrea just said. My name is Janice Fleming. I'm the founder of the Voices of Women of Color. And thank you all for joining us this evening. So I'll have the pastor say his prayer, and then Andrea will give us some words, and then we can get going. Okay? I will say, thank you. In the past, thank you, Council President. The pastor is Pastor Stephen Camp. I just assumed everybody knew him because, you know, I love him, and so I guess I should have said his name. Pastor, can you come up here, please?
Thank you.
So you may have to push it.
Good evening. Just before I offer the prayer, let me add my words of congratulations to this very fine organization. I'm always pleased to come and be a part of this gathering because you really do try to connect this community together. And God knows we need the connections to happen in very positive ways. So I salute you and hope that you will continue the good work that you are doing, both in honoring people, but also the ways that you are helping people in the neighborhoods. It makes a difference. Would you pray with me for just a moment? Let us pray. Dear God, our Creator, we do come this night and we give you thanks. We thank you for this festive time, for the ways that we come to celebrate one with another. We are grateful for the honorees that are chosen this evening, but we know, oh God, that you have more work for all of us to do. So bless this night and bless even our conversations. Bless this organization as it goes forward and continues to be a positive force for change in the greater Hartford area. We ask that you bless the food that we'll receive. Bless indeed all of us in the ways we stand in need of. For it's in the name of Christ that I pray, but God, who is called by many names, we pray. Amen.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, thank you. It is elected official shout-out time, or candidate shout-out time. So first, I want to thank our platinum sponsors, Adam Cloud and Dwight Bolton, who helped to make this possible along with all of you. So if you could give them a hand. Dwight, raise your hand so everybody knows who you are. There you go. We are joined by Council President Sean Wooden, Council members Kyle Anderson, and I saw David McDonald. We have Hartford Board of Ed Chairman Rich Waring. And we have mayoral candidate Luke Cronin. Did I miss anyone? He hasn't filed papers yet. Sorry. Okay, I think that's it. Yes. Yeah. Connecticut Poetry Slam Team Verbal Slap originated in 2011 by Frederick Douglass Knowles and Croyat Carlos Adams. Since 2011, the team has been competing nationally at the National Poetry Slam competition. Each year, the team has been able to get closer to obtaining the title National Poetry Slam Champions. The National Poetry Slam, which we jokingly call the Poetry Olympics, is held in a different state each year. In 2015, the NPS will be held in Oakland, California. The team members are Tarishi Midnight Schuler, Slam Master, Horlat Carlos Adams, Writing Coach, Darlene Peaches Brandon, Performance Coach, Michael Chief Peterson, the 2015 Grand Slam Champion, Tracy Mind Evolution Caldwell, and Jerome Geyer. Please welcome them to the stage.
The way it was told to me, Jesus was a bad carpenter. And the way it seems lately, police officers must think they are this type of holy, some devout excuse of carpenter wielding hammers and holsters. Maybe, if Jesus were a cop, police would stop mistaking melanin for mahogany. Ceasefire. Officer, you are no woodsman, black men, nor the scent of sawdust dripping from your muzzle. We know how true it is to be black in America, how jackpot of random execution we be. Amadou on the front porch, Sean Bell the night before his wedding, Oscar Grant in Fruitvale Station. We are a forest of a people, stripped of our native soil, planted in states where hatred paid subsidized rent in the basement of a sheriff's lungs. They hung us like drywall, peeled the bark from our flesh, complained when we wailed. We were mistaken for firewood. How does America express our charges against this race card? If I am lynched in an officer's chokehold, does that mean strange fruit rolls from that branch of justice? There's a bushel of Jim Crow tucked in the breath of an officer's oath. How many gunshots does it take to get to the center of a black man? Our bodies are not open letters in need of periods placed on our life sentence. Funny how Judas and justice betray brothers. Officer, you do not have the right to remain violent. Your 12 disciples cannot be loaded into your piece of steel. Your bullets will only blossom another protest. I'll be a Holy Ghost, filled with the spirit of my mama shouting, Lord, they shot my baby. They took my boy. Sidewalk take communion in my blood. I've been baptized in a hail of warning shots. Nobody yelled, Timber! This is 10. We have live footage of an unarmed black man being gunned down by police. Don't shoot! Don't shoot! I'm an unarmed black man! I'm unarmed! Don't shoot! You shot me, dog! You shot me! I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Maybe if Jesus were a cop, police would stop mistaking melanin for mahogany.
Good evening, everyone. Can you guys hear us in the back? Yes. Awesome. Step up sometime.
So, if y'all hear something between the poem y'all like, you can make noise.
Okay. We good? Lunchtime!
At the bodega. Excuse me, my brother, can I get a veggie wrap and let me get a...
Oh, you must be one of those revolutionary types.
And if I was, you got a problem with that, my brother?
I am not your brother. What war are you fighting? It's always you light-skinned dudes trying to prove your blackness. Where's your afro and fisted pick?
So you and me wearing a TWA in the middle of winter in Connecticut? It's cold as hell outside.
What's a TWA?
This.
You don't know what a TWA is? Teeny weeny afro.
I'm sorry. I don't speak Ebonics.
You got a problem with Ebonics?
It's not a language, my sister.
I am not your sister, but I bet you got jungle fever.
I've never been to a jungle in my life.
Jungle fever mean your wife ain't black.
If you must know, she's French.
Uncle Tom.
Actually, my name is Ben, and my brother's name is Thomas.
And this is why black people can't get along. Trying to prove how acceptable we can be, no matter the shade, niggas still ain't free.
Why do we know Jim Crow and Willie Lynch? Racial profiling should be an urban myth like Bloody Mary or the Boogeyman.
The bombing of Black Wall Street brought us to our knees, and we've been begging ever since.
Before integration shuffled us to assimilate, black lawyers lived next door to black mechanics and gave our children hope they could fix our laws.
If they didn't break those laws, then lawyers like me and Tom would have to play ghetto good guys, say they're asking from indictments, they find excitement running for cops, running stoplights, spray painting stop signs, making themselves a target for stop and frisk, turn tricks and gunfights over territory they don't even own. And you wonder why we had stand your ground laws.
You come to our grounds delegating, but don't have the balls to stick around when the street lights come on. Same place you came from.
Started from the bottom and you left.
Got your education and fled, forgetting the little ones still needed to be led, and this is where the divide begins.
We should be fighting on the same side instead of walking this color line. And this is why black people can't get along. Divided we stand, united we fall. We used to hold hands and now we just brawl.
Black on black crimes to the time dark skin has nothing to prove to the light.
Since brown paper bag tests and Indian family member confessions, bus boycotts and before the Great Depression.
Then stole our culture, our family, and our men, but sold us Obama.
Yes, we can.
And 30 different versions of Air Jordans.
Stop contributing to our own execution.
Black Americans exaggerate the mixture of other races.
You do not have Indian in your family.
But we are descendants of Taino and Boricua Indians.
Jamaicans don't want to be called St. Lucian or Bayesian, and no West Indian wants to be confused with Haitian.
Lord of mercy. And this is why black people can't get along.
Good hair,
Bad hair.
Light skin.
Or dark.
college educated.
Articulate.
Or not, we're all just niggas when we stop by the cops.
It's easy to destroy the people when they aren't united.
You wanna be cultured, baggy suit wearing, hat to the back, can't talk about swearing, ratchet ass hood rat,
Think you ain't black, that make curls over gnats. Similar sipping, fake Puerto Rican,
No speaking of damn English. Obamacare recipient, banana boat jumping, always humping around, spinning rims on the Honda. Bye, baby mamas, do it for the vibe.
I ain't gonna do it.
Looking ass niggas.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Can't we all just get along?
They say we can't.
What do you think, my brother?
We ain't really heard from you.
You know what I'm saying, mommy? I Dominican.
Don't matter, they got a noose for you too.
So I've been struggling as I go through my social media networks and I see these hashtags and it's always, you know, Black Lives this and Black Lives Matter that and so on and so forth. So the speech is titled Hashtags. The hashtag says Black Lives Matter. The toe tag says they don't. We've been labeled and tagged. They put bullet holes through the price tags on our lives because to them, we have no value. So, welcome to Black Friday. Where the cops strangle, shoot till we drop, then call for backup instead of an ambulance. There's an Amber Alert out on Common Sense because you'd rather press the red dot on your phone to record the red dot aimed at his head instead of calling the Red Cross. So as his blood lines the streets, and his bloodline is ceased, use your bloodline to tag his peeps in the video you just uploaded to Facebook, which won't matter because the cops don't face time, so let's face facts. When it comes to blacks, too many are being tagged by the trigger. Maybe more cops should have Twitter since they love to follow. And repeat the plight of the black man, hashtag Sean Bell, hashtag Oscar Grant, hashtag Eric Gardner, hashtag Amadou, hashtag I'm not through, Julian Cardi. Notice he didn't get a hashtag. And he was a U.S. Army vet, but all he gets is an unsolved murder in my memories of identifying my brother's body as they unzipped that black bag and a casket draped in an American flag that they handed my mother before they lowered my brother in the ground. Pound. Rest in peace, bro. Pound Trayvon Martin. Pound Mike Brown. Pound Prince Jones, and I admit, his name I had to Google on my phone because I never claimed to be an activist or a revolutionary. It's just scary how social media tends to dictate the world trending topic, but we drop it a week later because some football player hit his wife in the elevator and now we have something new to post about. Foreign or domestic violence is nothing to joke about. You see, when the weight of the world is measured by the pound sign, you begin to wonder how many hashtags it takes to fill a coffin. Black lives only matter during Black History Month, but blacks become history so often, we should dedicate a season. Spring showers leads to summer's flowers for the fallen. Winter just reminds everyone how cold this world is. Oh, and hashtag our girls is still missing. We were on a mission to find Saddam in a hole in the ground, Osama at 0 dark 30. 276 girls get taken from school and they're only worthy of a pound sign instead of a search party. And pardon my French, but we didn't do a damn thing to help those people in France either. They didn't even get a hashtag. Over 2,000 burned alive in Nigeria. They didn't even get body bags. Instead, like a flag at half-mast, we let the black ash just blow in the wind. Ashes to hashes and dust to dust. And we can front and pretend with these marches, but we're only pounding pavement. I can't breathe should have been the statement that saved his life. Instead, it was the end of his road. Man down. It's funny how black lives only matter when they come after the pound. I feel like the only way you know we exist is because our lifelines get posted in your timelines, and because it gives you the option to share, you can act like you care. So tell me, do black lives really matter? Or will we continue to be viewed like the world's cancer? Take a minute, think about it, and you can hashtag your answer.
So this last piece we're gonna perform for y'all it's a poem we wrote together. It's about the incident that took place, the war last year in Gaza. So we felt like people need to know what's going on because everybody's too busy listening to what goes on in the news and don't actually listen to what's really the true story.
In less than 4 seconds,
a bomb is gonna go off, and people are going to die. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't pull the thing out unless you're ready to bang.
Bombs over babies.
Don't even bang unless you plan to hit something. Bombs over Gaza.
Bombs over babies sound crazy until you drop a bass line in it. Take the record and flip it to work on your behalf. If I twerk these lyrics to a sample beat from Outkast, it would get you to laugh, but could we get you to care? Care for 1 second even though it's not happening here?
If the Gaza Strip was a strip club, they'd be dropping dollars instead of bombs. These hoes ain't loyal.
See, we lost y'all. You're not listening to the lyrics, you only hear the beat, you only hear the news, don't know what's happening in the streets.
If a bomb falls in Gaza and America's not there to hear it, does it make a sound? Can't Israel forfeit a tiny piece of land for peace? Calling Palestinians militants and terrorists, but in fact, don't terrorists drop bombs on civilians and children?
Bombs over babies. See, we lost y'all again. Israel has missiles and bombs. Gaza has rockets that barely reach the Holy Land.
Their arms are too short to box with God. If you want an update on the war on terror, there's an app for that. Israelites are sitting on a beach watching the fireworks.
Turn up the lights in here, baby.
Israel has an app to warn them of rocket strikes.
Extra bright, I want y'all to see this.
Gaza's warning act is a small bomb followed by a bigger bomb.
Turn up the lights in here, baby.
17 lives lost in Israel, 763 Palestinians.
Want you to see everything.
All of the lives.
Egypt was the controlling factor from 1958 to 67. Israel from 67 to 94. For 36 years, Gaza was the whore in the middle of a threesome.
Propaganda running rampant like an STD, left her burning.
Gaza is on fire.
And she's not backing down.
They can't go left or right. Their only option is sink or swim. Literally, are you paying attention to what's really going on? Genocide with a new justification. Move out or die.
Or you could Dennis hope for a spot on the moon, but
we don't want to lose you. If you want to update on the war on terror,
stop waiting for someone to tell
you.
Dig a little deeper, because your intelligence being played like a hit record by DJ Media, aka Bias.
How many times you hear a song before you actually start listening?
How many bombs have to be dropped before you realize who's the terrorist?
How many poems do we have to write before you really get the message? Sticks and stones will break your bones, while missiles and bombs will destroy your home, and land, and lives, and generations, and governments, and countries. You're worried about who has the hottest beat, but not the biggest boom. Are you paying attention to what's really going on? Are you sitting with your feet propped up, eating popcorn, watching the show go on?
Alright, already the bombs go off all night, till the morning the screams go on.
Anybody ever wonder why other countries suffer? Remember why we're jamming, there's bombs going off all night. See, we lost y'all again.
So we're getting ready to go out to Oakland, California in August 10th to the 15th to represent Connecticut in the National Poetry Slam. So, thank you. This is Jerome, Michael G. Peterson, Tracy Caldwell, Teresa Schuler, Darlene Brandon, the coach, and Qualo.
Hey, Peaches.
Hi. And if you want, you accept donations. You can donate at GoFundMe.com/verbal-slap. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Verbal Slap.
Thank you, guys. Let's give them one more round of applause. So we have one more entertainment treat for you before we, I think, break for dinner. This next group is also, their leader is one of our award recipients. I'm sure most of you all know who they are. Please, a warm round of applause for Hartford's proud drill, drum, and dance corps.
South Hartford proud. They're definitely one of the groups that the Voices of Women of Color support all year round, and I ask that you all try to figure out how to support them and donate to them and make sure that our neighborhood kids is influenced by the sound of drums and music. Can we get them another round of applause? Thank you, Terry and Duffy, for what you do with those children. It's amazing to me. I love it. They compete nationally, and they're doing an awesome job. They're bringing us home trophies, and so let's try to support them. As you know, tonight is about grassroots community groups, and so this is why we're doing this, and we're going to have fun tonight, but we're going to take a minute to start eating. So the first 5 tables. We are at the part of the program where we're going to go give our honorees their awards. But before we do that, I wanted to again shout out Dwight Bolton for the second time tonight, who has pledged a $1,000 donation to the Hartford Drummers, the Hartford Pride. Thank you very much, Dwight. Okay. So our first award recipient has been a longtime coach and mentor to many. Reggie, as I was trying to sort of get some background on you, I found this clip on Channel 3 of a young woman that you had mentored, and I was so inspired by the fact that you take your mentoring so seriously. You're not just a coach. You're not just an employee at Weaver High School. You are a leader in our community. You are a role model to our young people. And I thank you very much, and I'm sure we all thank you so much for everything that you do. Please give a round of applause for Reggie Hatchett.
Good evening, everybody. I just want to say it's an honor to be recognized for the things that you do within the community that you live. My job is more special to me because it takes place at the school that I attended. I lived in the Blue Hills, Bowles Park area my entire life. I attended Mark Twain, Fox, and Weaver. So to be a member of the community there that gives back to the community means the world to me, and to be recognized at this level for the things that I do that come naturally to me is very special, and I just want to say thank you to everybody who came out tonight to be a part of it.
So I'm going to read these first sets because everybody gets one. So this is from Senator Murphy, who sends his regards to all of you all. In recognition of your valued work as college and career specialist at Weaver High School in the city of Hartford and being a recipient of the 2015 Voices of Women of Color Trailblazer Award, it is my privilege to honor you and to represent you in the United States Senate. Take that one. Lieutenant Governor Nancy Wyman. I take great pleasure in congratulating Reggie Hatchett on the occasion of receiving the 2015 Trailblazer Award. This award, presented to you by the Voices of Women of Color, is a testament to your outstanding contributions and unwavering dedication to community empowerment. You have demonstrated an unmatched commitment to the well-being and enrichment of the students of Weaver High School. Countless families have benefited greatly from your spirit of leadership, care, and generosity. Thank you for all that you do, and congratulations. And then the last one is a little bit long. It's from Mayor Segarra, so I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I will read the first. Resolved. Whereas Reggie Hatchett's passion is uplifting and adding value to the lives of young people throughout coaching and mentoring, and whereas Reggie's help led the Weaver High School Class M boys basketball team to state champions with a win of 73-59 over Notre Dame Catholic High School, Reggie believes that every child is capable of great things, and through proper guidance, he or she can achieve success. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Pedro E. Segarra, Mayor of the City of Hartford, along with the Court of Common Council and the residents of Hartford, do hereby proclaim Saturday, March 28th as Reggie Hatchett Day in the City of Hartford. So our next award recipient is someone that I've known for a while. He was there when I worked for the City of Hartford. He is, Health and Human Services is one of those departments that touches so many lives in the city, and we don't necessarily realize it until we need it. From the WIC program to immunization to housing relocation for families that are in fire, that have been impacted by fires in the city. Dr. Pino oversees all of that. He has been a great community ambassador. His care for the residents of the city is apparent, and I hope that you all will join me in recognizing him as he receives his award.
Hola. It was really more than I deserve, and I take it representing all the people that work for the health department. And our department is what I call the quiet department, because we do provide services to many of the residents of the city without making much noises. But just to give you an idea, just the WIC program sometimes see as much as 9,000 visits a month. And we still have residents that need our help and that need that extra encouragement to get access to our services. Just a little story short, how I encountered voices of color was through a fight that we have in a program that they thought we were not doing right. And they were right, we were not doing it right. And that's where we need these kind of organizations down into the community that can keep us awake and keep us on our toes to do our work and the work that we have to do in your behalf. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to read the last part of the proclamation. Dr. Pino is a member of the American Public Health Association and National Hispanic Science Network on Drug Abuse, a graduate from the University of Havana with a doctorate in medicine and the UConn School of Medicine with a master's in public health. So now therefore be it resolved that I, Pedro Segarra, Mayor of the City of Hartford, along with the Court of Common Council and the residents of Hartford, do hereby proclaim Saturday, March 28th, Dr. Raul Pino Day in the City of Hartford.
Thank you.
And our final award recipient, we actually had 4, so I guess I probably just need to qualify. Judy Rozie-Battle was someone that the group recognized for her contributions in her role at the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving. However, we found out that staff of the Hartford Foundation cannot accept awards. So she was unable to accept the award, but she truly appreciates the support and the recognition. Our last, but of course not least, award recipient, we share a child together in some ways. Yes. and I probably met you through Dee Dee. Oh. So, Dee Dee was one of the kids that I had worked with when he was in middle school, and he is now at the University of Vermont, thank you, doing great things as a basketball star, and I know he knows Reggie also. But Terry, in addition to being Dee Dee's stepmother, is also the leader of the entertainment that you saw this evening with Hartford Proud. Her commitment is unwavering. She does what she does just for love of the children. It's not about personal gain or personal attention for that matter. She does it because she loves children and she wants to inspire them. And we are very, very blessed to have her in our community. Terry, come on up and get your award. All right. Thank you so much. Everybody always paint this picture like I'm this big tough person, but I'm a big baby. If you can't see, I'm sitting there crying. I love these kids. These kids is my life. Just one of the biggest challenges is just finding somewhere for these kids to go. You know, I'll take them all day. We just need somewhere for these kids to practice. You know, once we find somewhere for these babies to go, y'all gonna see this community turn around in 5.2 seconds. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate this. Making me cry. It's okay. Terry Starks demonstrates her community leadership by engaging at-risk urban youth in performing arts, recreation, and civic engagement. By sharing her joy of music, Terry has empowered young people and their families and strengthened their neighborhood. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Pedro Segarra, Mayor of the City of Hartford, along with the Court of Common Council and the residents of Hartford, do hereby proclaim Saturday, March 28th, Terry Starks Day in the City of Hartford. Can we have Chief Stewart? Chief, where are you? I know he's here. Oh, there he is. Hi, Chief. If you haven't bought his book, you should. It is a testament to his leadership and his perseverance and his dedication and his commitment to making the world better, one firefighter at a time.
Okay.
Cheers to it.
Thank you, dear. Thank you, everybody, on this another glorious day by the Trailblazers. We want to thank them for what they brought in this community to those in the community do not know who their movers and shakers are. Great organization. God bless you and everybody that's here. Government officials and people of leadership in this community, Mrs. Bell, the firefighters that are here. The first time a person of color wore a uniform of the Hartford Fire Department was in the 1920s. They were all volunteers. And when the city decided to pay them, William Henley Jackman, who grew up on Barbara Street in Hartford, they told him he could become a full-fledged paid firefighter, but there was no place for him to sleep in the 1900s. He stayed on as a volunteer and distinguished himself at the Great Railroad Station fire. Not until 1948, when the city government changed from the strong mayor to the council manager form of government, and the city pledged they would actively recruit African American firefighters. In 1948, when I was 18 and coming out of Weaver High School, 6 African Americans took the test. They hired 125 firefighters to reduce the 84-hour work week down to 56 at $1 an hour. Those 6, 5 of them saw 25 years of service. They fought, they broke the ice in Connecticut. I came on in 1952, 3 years behind them, because I was waiting to be 21. They told me I had to be 21 to take the test. But I found out after, if you're 20 and you take the test, they'll wait till you're 21. But that was only the beginning. Those 6, all of them, 5 of the 6 are deceased. They served their 25 years. They told them when they started the written test and oral test not to take the test, because those of color probably had a little better education. And I won't forget it when I came on. My cousin Frank Davis Jr. and Harry Ash Sr., they took the test anyway. And in those days, you thought you would stay in your neighborhoods. They took Frank and put him up in Company 16. No fire duty, and not a chance for us who weren't living in Blue Hills then, not many of us, could see us and be inspired. Inspire the younger, inspire the families. Yes, there are some. In 1965, there were 10 of us. And we decided we would form an organization like New York City Vulcans. There were Vulcans for the black, there was Italian American, there was Irish American. Everybody had their ethnic reason for sticking together. We knew we had to stick together. There wasn't that many of us then, 14, 15. And we were determined, what they said, we're going to take the test. Frank Davis, Harry Ash. Harry Ash was down on Market Street, opposite the old police station behind Sage Allen. He was lucky they left him there because that was at that time Italian district. And Frank went up to Blue Hills Avenue. And none of those 5 didn't want to disturb the system. And it took me time to realize we're not too better off. We were in Main and Belden Street, Deputy Chief, ladder, and engine. The ladder was on the south side, the engine was on the north side. And the blacks slept in one bed. Sonny Lewis and Frank Davis. And it was vacant on the 3rd shift, 3 shifts now. Harry Ash And all this in my head. Harry Ash was made a pump operator, and he stayed. Those 2 houses had individual beds. The other 14 houses had open bunk. And I walked in my first night. I thought I was supposed to sleep on the south side where the ladder is, because, you know, get out of there quick, come down the pole on the ladder. Engine company on that side. But because George Hayes, Fred Turner, and Ben Laurie had the black beds, 3 shifts, so they put me in the bed where Frank Davis and Sonny Lewis, and I was on group 2. When I came out of the room, I got to go across and down. That loses time, but the lieutenant said, "We won't leave you." And when I talked to the others, they said, "Don't rock the boat. They haven't got used to us yet." I was ready to go to the NAACP, the Human Rights Commission, but cool it. Someday we will rise to the top. And when we formed the Phoenix Society, 5 of us went to New York City. Frank Carter is dead. Carl Booker just passed. It was Nelson Carter, myself, and Cecil Austin. And we came back to Hartford on the purpose to have your own group. Don't feel bad about it, because we gathered together and chipped our money in to buy the books. And every time you took an examination, they didn't use those books. But fast forward to today's fire service. I served 41 years in the Hartford Fire Department, and the last 12 as chief, the longest serving chief in the history of the city. We put together study groups. Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, I'll move it along. Yeah. You wanted the story of us, and I took this opportunity, although one thing, it's not an easy job, but you gotta know what you're doing. We turned this city around to a Class 1 city during my 12 years. And we can see examples of that. Captain Steve Harris, after he served that time in the town, I said, "Steve, we need you. We got to move up to deputy chief." No. You don't know what really goes on out there. And that's the story of all of us. And the toughest thing to do, and I was blessed during my 12 years, I didn't have any death on my watch. And that's what we strove for. We became a Class 1 city because of the likes of Fire Marshal Booker. They didn't want him. He had to take the test twice. Then the union gave up. They appealed the first time. He wasn't qualified. Booker was the first African-American fire chief of a major city in Hartford, Connecticut. You're here today because fire safety, fire prevention, code enforcement is the key. But we got a long way to go. We've kind of stepped back here recently, but I'll assure you, as long as I'm still living, we have that support. This city is a safe city, thanks to the families and the wives in the community. God bless all of them.
Legends among us, for sure. There was a reason that we asked Chief Stewart to set the framework, because we lost one of our own, and somebody that is dear to me, dear to the voices. I'm going to ask our current present CEO to come up, Carla Williams, and make this very special presentation. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I love to see all these lovely faces in the room. Last October, we had a terrible, terrible tragedy, and everyone across the New England states felt this tragedy, and it was a sad, sad tragedy. But on behalf of the voices in the State of Connecticut General Assembly, we would like to give an honor to Kevin Bell, a plaque to his family. And so, Mama Bell, if you could come up, please, and if you don't want to, that's okay too. And Rocky too.
Thank you, our family. Humbly appreciate this. Thank you.
Because of all of your generosity this evening, your donations will be made. Part of the proceeds will go to the Community Emergency Response Team in the name of Kevin Bell and Jason Martinez, and the other portion of your proceeds will go to the Kevin Bell's Scholarship Foundation. So on behalf of the Voices of Women of Color, we thank you so, so very much for all of your contributions, for being here this evening. We know there was other places you can be, but you decided to share with us in this moment of celebration. And so now, before I finish, can I have some of the other voices come up? I guess I should say that Melissa, Evelyn, Cynthia, Kayla, Brandy, all of you all, thank you so very much. Tiffany for the photography. We work hard and we thank you all for all that you have done for us this evening. And stick around, the DJ will be playing music because tonight is a dance. Thank you all.